Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to cover one of the important topic in React.js, that is adding a CSS module styling in React.js. Actually guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can add CSS modules styling, because currently we have separated the CSS classes, but now I'm going to show you uh, there is one issue when we separate the classes. If we have the same class names, how we can resolve those issues. So let's get started. So in our current project, you can see we are calling this styling like this. We have separate CSS class for button, and now I'm calling this CSS at the top of the component and using this, which is a right way, and it's fine. But guys, just think for a while in a large application, in a large projects, if we have the same class name like a button, if we have another button on the same component, like on app.js, we have multiple uh, same class names, that's going to be make a conflict again. So to resolve this conflict, you all you need to do is you can go on the React official React create app.dev. Here you can see on this web page they have showing in quite detail what things you required for adding a module CSS styling. So this is going to solve a very big problem right now. So let me just show you. So you need to make sure that you are using React script 2.0 and or greater. So in our project, if you see, we are using package.json. We are currently using, yeah, we are using the upgraded version, which is 5.01, which is good. So now, the main purpose of this, like let's suppose you can see here on the web page, if we have the dot error class on, and we have imported those both the class on the same component. So now which one it is going to hit in the real time projects. So this is the reason actually React proposed the dot module dot css concept, so that we can understand that through our code we can write the code in that way that this style needs to occur at what time and when it which is required. Like right now I'm using that this class error, so I have this two error same name classes in two different files, so I can pass this styles and name this classes, and then I can use this particular one. So in this case the css UI will going to run this error, right? Not this one, this class, another style. So let's do it practically. So right now, if I go on my button.js, now you can see the button here. So all I need to do is I need to change this dot module dot cs. Sorry, I updated the wrong one. Yeah, this one dot module dot css. So now it looks good, but now we need to change this as well as. So all I need to do is dot modu in module. That's great, and I need to pass the object name. So I'm going to say style from, right. So in this case, all the CSS stylings are in this object. So all I need to do is I will change this button to style dot. Once I write this dot, it will bring all the properties. So guys, just for just let you know that these all dot classes are class names are actually now properties for this object, right? So now if I go and check the web output, so you can see it looks fine, it's working fine. There is no issue. That's great. But and if we have any more than one case, like in our case in goal input, so I'm going to make the changes here as well as. But before that, I'm going to show you something. Let me just import it, and then I'm going to show you something that how it is working actually. Okay. But before that, I'm going to show you if I click on right click and inspect element, I can show you. Guys, you can see here once I select this button, and you can see the class name is previously it was showing button, but now it is showing the component name. What is the actual syntax of this? Let me show you. Here you can see the how it will get generated. So you can see module allow the scoping of CSS by automatically creating a unique class name for that format. So that means file name, that component name, which is button. Then we have a class name, which is we start from small b button, and then we have two underscores, which is fine. It's like this, and then the hash. This is the auto-generated name of the class. So you do not need to make anything, and just remember one thing: it will create unique names for the classes name, right? So that is good. And also the one important thing, it will keep the styling only. It is going to make the change file name changes. Like style, our style is working fine. There's no changes in the style, but it's only going to change the name of the class name, which is good. So now if I go here and I'm going to say, I need to remove all this, and I'm going to say style, and then I will say two backticks, which we have already discussed in our previous videos, and dollar sign. And now I need to pass parenthesis because here we can pass the JavaScript expression. So I will say style dot, and once I write a dot, it is going to, because the way we have used this form control, it's not a valid way. We do not need to pass this signs hyphen signs here. So I'm not going to remove it. We can change it later on in the project, but now how we can call it? We can call it by parenthesis form control, right? So it's look good, and now all we need to do is, if I, because it look good here, because now we have one more field which is valid, so I can use again dollar sign parenthesis not is valid. If it's not is valid, and then we have saying style invalid, and let me check the spellings. Yeah, okay, that's cool. So this is how easy it is. Now if I go and check if all things are working fine, think there's some issue. Let me just check what is the issue. Style, and we pass style. Form control, which looks fine, and then we have a dollar is not is valid, and okay. Yeah, the important thing we passed here, we missed here, that is class name. Yeah, because now I'm using the class name, so now let's check. So it's working fine as expected. That's cool. So guys, it solved a very big problem in React when we are doing the stylings. Let me just do it quickly. If I go here and if I add one more class, I will say test dot module dot css, right? So here I'm going to pass the same CSS code. I'm just copying and pasting here. And if I go and just closing this, and if I go here and copy this, and I'm going to say test and style 2. So now you can see it's not going to make any issues on the runtime. It's working fine as expected, and it's not making any conflict because now we are using the both the CSS classes, and both have the same names, but we know which one to call. So when we are working on the big projects, it's really helpful. So thank you very much, guys. This is all about adding a CSS module stylings in React.js. Have a good day, and I'm the next I'm going to share more ways of doing the stylings and uh, get more dig into the React.js.